Last day of my finished basement project here, current finished basement project, walking around doing a little bit of cleaning, wondering is there anything here that is interesting or something that might be helpful to other people. And I was trying to think of some things. I think I thought of maybe 4 or 5 items. So I'm gonna run through them real quick and hopefully it's helpful to someone out there. So cabinets, countertops, theater seating, shower shelving, and then one other cabinet item that I wanted to mention. So I guess we'll touch base on theater seating real quick. So this is just a fairly straightforward media room. 8 seats, 1 level back there, but you can see how important it is to kind of plan out the size of the room. From the front to the back, the depth of this room is about 20 feet. So it might not look like it on the video here, but it's quite deep. From the eyeballs of the person who sits in that seat to the screen is 12 feet on the nose, and that's kind of your optimal viewing distance. So you can see in order to get a couple of rows here, you have to have quite a bit of depth, right? The distance between the wall and this seat, this passable space here, is about 36 inches, so you wouldn't really want to have any less than that. Obviously, these seats normally recline and have lights and stuff like that. There are all kinds of accessories that you can buy and things like that. Obviously, in this case, we have a projection system up here. We have in-wall speakers back there, in-wall speakers down here. These were painted from the place that we ordered them from to match the wall color that the customer chose. So, a little information about theater seating. Cabinets. So, it's a little area to store their receiver and other electronics down here. So we just added a few cabinets. There are a couple of ways that you can dress up cabinets without much effort, and it makes it look kind of gives it another step up in terms of its look. So normally a cabinet would just step in like this at the toe kick, but you can add this furniture base molding. Obviously this is a different color, a different finish. This is from the bathroom, but that product is right here. And you can see it fits flushly with the door front. So it's just one piece of molding, goes across the front and dresses it up in this way if you like that appearance. Another way is this product here. It's called a light rail. Now, up here, there aren't actually any lights under these particular cabinets, but you can put them there if you want. And you see it just dresses up the bottom of the cabinet a little bit. A few shelves, little crown, and you're in business. I also have this panel here. I'm actually gonna walk out into the other room and show you what I used those for. Pardon the vacuum, just doing some cleaning here. So on this bar front, we used a whole bunch of panels to dress it up. And so you can see we have the furniture base molding here, panels, another filler piece, and behind it are sheets, finished sheets of the same type of material. This is the same panel as fits on the end here. Panels on the sides, and it's just a good way to, this area is going to be fairly obscured with bar seating, bar stools and stuff like that anyway. And so you maybe don't want to spend a ton of time there, but you do want to dress it up a little bit, and that's a good way to do it. So that's cabinets. You can see we use the light rail here, shelving, things like that. Countertops. So I specifically wanted to make this video at this time because this area here is unfinished. So the way that we do these tops is we put in the flat stuff first, so it's fully installed. And then we will build a template for this opening back here to make sure that the piece we put in there fits in there like a puzzle piece. Because it might not be, if it's 5 1/8 here, it might be 5 1/4 down there, or 5 1/16 or whatever. So we want to make sure that that piece fits in there perfectly. And the only way to do that is to do it in 2 steps instead of trying to jam it all in one go. So these went in the other day. We built a template. Tomorrow we'll drop those in and we'll drop the outlets at the same time. And then this will be all wrapped up. And you can see this trim kind of just comes around the corner and terminates right into that riser. So this is probably about 7/8 of an inch projecting from here. And the riser is the same thickness of this material, which is about 1 1/8. So that's how we like to do the tops to get the best result. So what's next? Shower shelves. So let me go here. So took my vacuum, took my multi-tool. This is a finished shower. Everything is done. Just put the shower doors in. Everything is siliconed. It's ready to be used. As you can see though, there is no shower niche. There are no shelving. So what I like to use are these Schluter shower shelves. And so, I'm not sure if you're able to tell, but they have a kind of textured surface. It's aluminum. And you can see those little tabs there. So I took the vacuum and the multi-tool and we just remove the grout a little bit from these corners. And then those sit right in there just like that. Silicone, top and bottom. Let it dry. You'll be able to stand on these things. They're really, really, really strong. And you can see they're very easy to install. It probably took me just 5 or 10 minutes to take that material out, vacuumed it up. I'll drop it in just a minute here. I wanted to leave it out so I could show you what it looks like. And yeah, it's just a nice way. Oh, I'll also mention that they match. There's an edge profile right here. So you can see drywall, tile, channel, glass, grout, caulk. And then there's the same, it's called TSC, cream is the color. And it matches that. And you can see it kind of matches. There's some cream in the tile there. They also make this finish for the drain, but we do have brushed nickel fixtures. And so we went with a brushed nickel drain because we have brushed nickel hinges and hardware out here as well. Okay, so if you ever want to know or get a good indication if, I should say, your contractor is doing a good job, I think the best way, or I should say one way to do that, is to just look underneath the cabinets. So I have my silicone here that I mentioned a minute ago that I'm going to use to install those shelves, but this is a good place to look. You see how clean everything is? A couple of shutoff valves, your drain. There are no extra holes where someone missed and put them in the wrong spot. This is covered. You can't see through to the drywall. Sometimes what people will do is they'll just cut out one big square and kind of shove the cabinet in on there. But, nobody looks here. And, would that really matter? Well, probably not. But that's why it's a good indication that the guy you have, or the people that you have doing the work are doing a good job, if they're doing a good job in areas that nobody looks, right? So, obviously I know what this looks like already because I'm the one that did it, so I'm kind of biased, but you can see it's nice and clean. Dishwasher, discharge, supply, electrical. The discharge is looped up here like it's supposed to be. There is a vent. There is a battery pack for the sink or for the faucet, I should say, because this is a touch sensitive faucet. So that's where the battery pack goes. So anyway, it's a good thing to look at. I think that was basically it. It's a pretty wide open floor plan here. Oh, I guess I can mention this. So this area has, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there are 5 support columns in there. So we have the beams for the house running like this because the joists run perpendicular like this. And it just so happens there's a whole array of support columns there. We needed to do something to hide them. So we had to build a, a fairly thick wall here in order to obscure these things. And this is the solution that we came up with. So these are open. You can see through to the other side. We added a little bit of lighting. I mean, back in this area, there was a tremendous amount of ductwork that we had to work around. And so you can kind of see they're going to get some cushions made to put in these areas, but at least it keeps it, relatively open in this area. So anyway, hopefully someone out there found this helpful or interesting, and I guess that's about it. Thanks.